So here you can see my Fantasia doll Vivian and elf doll Wu, Rose and Alpin. And they're supposed to be siblings. And while there is a resemblance, you might be able to see if I put them the same, as far away, equally as far as from the camera, you can see that this head is very small in comparison. And this is a theme that's recurring in my crew. He has the biggest head out of all of them, which would be fine, because I do like the scale of the head to the body. But it doesn't mean that he's going to look huge in head size in comparison to the others. And I love this sculpt. This is really great. But I got the head to try replace him. And since Rose here used to be an elf doll hazy, I figured, why not try and see if that sculpt would work for her brother. So here is the elf doll hazy head in comparison, and it is significantly smaller, as you can see, but it's kind of in between, which is a lot better. Like the face proportions are more on this size, but she also has more of a back. The back of her head is larger to get into the wigs that Alpin used to have. So I'm gonna plop this head on this body. This body is not going to be staying, by the way. Regardless of the head that I go for, this body is going to go. It's a nice body, but it's not matching, and I can't be bothered to try to de-yellow it and do all the mods that I would want to do to it. I'd rather just get a new color matched body to whichever head happens to be the more fitting one. But I'll swap the head and I'll show you again. Okay, here's the head now swapped out. And I don't know about you, but I can see more of a resemblance already, which is great. This head is darker, but I don't feel like it's too big of a variation, especially since this character has spent more time outside and such. If we zoom out a bit, let's go. You can see just how big actually, I'm just gonna take this. Just how big the previous head really was, like in comparison, which is great if your crew is less on the realistic and more on the stylized side. But as I'm veering towards more realism with the rest of my dolls, I have to do some shuffling around to see who fits and who doesn't. And this head, while I love it, doesn't fit at the moment. Actually, I've never really shown you the face up that he had. This was just something that was supposed to be super temporary, made by me, and I'm not really happy with it. Here you can see the scuffs of the previous, from this body, because this body used to have like a black paint all over it that I tried to remove. As far as the color match goes, I blushed the neck to fit the previous head a bit better, but it's not ideal. This body is very old and yellowed, so it definitely has to be changed. As you can see, the back of the head is definitely larger on this one than on this one, but I'm gonna put their wigs on and let's see how they look then, because I know that changes a lot. A moment to remind me to get a wig for Rose that's actually her size, because this is what's going on under her wig. Yeah. That being said, these wigs are definitely too big for both of them, but now that they have them on, I can see that the face size is much more consistent. And these fit much better together than the previous version. Also, I feel like the hazy sculpt can be made to look much more masculine easily, well, like more easily than the previous one. The previous one just had such, I don't know, smoothness and the big eyes and everything. I feel like this one, with the proper face up, could really make the jawline much more angular. The nose shape is also pretty good. She has more of a slope, but I feel like it works. Both of their eyes have similar looking lids, so that's also a thing. Her eyes are a bit further apart, whereas this one has them more closer together. And I feel like they're distinguished enough to look like different people, but also similar enough to be siblings, if you know what I mean. And even though siblings don't always look that close alike, I feel like this fits my crew much, much better. So I guess that's it for now. I have a lot of things to do. A long to-do list with my dolls, which I might actually get into some other video, but this is it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!